Okay, everyone. So in this session, I just want to go and explore how we can try to go work with coercion. And coercion is a concept in different programming languages from where we would want to go and try to convert one type to another type or one data type to another data type. So let's say, for example, we have a string here and let me just say 1, 2, 3. And in here, we also have a num int. And we're just going to say 5 plus num string. What are we going to get? 5 plus num string that we want to convert into an integer. Will this work? Is that possible? Okay, so that's possible. And let's see if we try to go and control KC that and we want to remove this and replace it with num string. What are we going to get if we try to explore doing these kinds of things? Let me just comment or delete those. Then let's go back here. So we're getting 1, 2, 8. If we're moving to 1, 2, 8. Okay, so that's 1, 2 plus int 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 8 when we're moving to the right side. And if we're moving to the left side, we're getting 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, and 8. I'm not sure what's happening there. What if we just say that this is going to be 1 rather than having 1, 2, 3? Just go back here. And we're getting 6. And in here we're getting 1. Okay, so I think that's much easier to navigate with. We can see that we're getting 6. That means this is being read as an addition of this string literal. So we know that this is a string data type. But through the help of what we call explicit type conversion functions, we have what we call explicit type. So coercion in GDScript. We have what we call the explicit type conversion functions. And some of those will be the int method. We have float. We have string. We also have boolean. So these are built-in methods in the GDScript. We also have vector2 and vector3. So this int here is going to convert a value to an integer, and this float is going to convert a value to a float, and this string method will be converting a value data type to a string, and so on. This is going to be a boolean. We'll be converting a value to a boolean, and this will be converting values of vectors if they are compatible. So if we try to go back here, what we're trying to see here, we have a num string, which is this one, and we're seeing that if we move to the left, that's getting printed out. Number one's getting printed out. And based on the logic of our application here, if we move to the right, which is greater than the 0 value, we're getting to print out. Why is that not appearing? Just replay that. Where are you? It's just loading. Stop. Okay, so I think I accidentally clicked on a breakpoint. Can we remove those? That's why that's happening. So there's that concept of breakpoints. I was wondering why we're encountering that issue. And now we can see 6 and 1. That's working. What if we try to go and add additional d- just don't be too overwhelmed with this. I just want to try out this end keyword and check out if this will work. If we want to go and check type of num string is equals to type string. So we should be able to num string. Let's have another print here. This is a string value data type. Will this work? Let's have to just explore. At least we get to see if that will work. 6. And this is a string data type value of 1. Okay, so that's working. And what if and type of num int is equal to the value of type int? So for debugging purposes, this might be something that you might encounter from where you would might want to go. This is a type of integer. So in this case, this is just saying that we want this condition to be true, and this condition is going to be also true. Okay, that's why before we can try to run all of this line of code, and let's have to check if that will still work and we won't be encountering any error. Okay, this is a type of integer and this is a string data type value of 1. Okay, so we do see that and we can see that if we say that this is going to be a data type, that should not be working if I'm not making a mistake, if one of those conditions is false. Okay, and this one is not working. Right now I'm pressing on the left button and we're not able to move because of this condition saying that this has to be true and this has to be true. Okay, and this is not true. This is not a string. So string data types are represented by double quotes. Can single quotes also work? Let's just check. Will that work? Just for a little bit of exploration. And this is a type of integer. This is a type of string data type. So single quotes and double quotes can work to identify on whether the value that we're storing in a variable is going to be a string data type. And I think that's it for the meantime. Just have in mind that there are other functions that we can use to convert explicitly, and there are two types of conversion in GDScript. We also have what we call implicit type conversion. So just as a quick recap with regards to conversion, when we say we want to convert or coerce explicitly, that means we're converting one value of a data type to another data type value. The same thing that we have seen here. From a string data type, we converted that into an integer data type using this built-in method or what we call these are what we call type conversion functions that are built in the GDScript language. And before I end the session, I just want to also talk about one cool tip that I learned about Godot, and that is the way to group selected nodes or Control plus G make selected nodes children and not selectable. So if I go and select all of this and I group that, now if I go here, okay, so that means we are able to move around. What if we go here and we're not, oh, okay, so you would see if I go here and I go here and we're using that group method, it's not going to allow us to select that specific node. And I think that's a good way for us to work with our grounds. Last time we were having some issue with our grounds, right? So I think we can go and group all of them and just to make sure that the children nodes will not be movable. And I think that's it. So that's just one cool tip that I also learned for today. So thank you and see you on our next lesson.